Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. And to all the newbies, greetings. And welcome to the fancy hair community. So for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while now, you may or may not have noticed something different about me today. Well, can you guess? If you've guessed that I'm not wearing my fancies today, you are right! So this is my hair au naturel and it's finally long enough that I can do stuff with it. Yeah. Okay, ladies, so let me just say that you know you're winning at life when your hair passes your boobs. Guys, I need a moment. Okay, so now I have to be totally honest with you. I do have one little secret. I do have one clip-in hair extension weft that I clipped in at my crown area, and it's a weft from one of my old fancy hair extension sets that I just clipped in and I cut to match the same length as my natural hair. And the reason I did this is because over the years, from the constant coloring and heat styling my hair, the ends of my hair have really thinned out, and since I was a teenager, I always had layered hair. And the combination of these two things make the ends of my hair look super thin. So by adding a little bit of thickness to the ends of my hair, it makes my hair look thicker and longer overall and balances out the thickness at the top and the bottom. And let me tell you, if any of you are trying to grow out your hair like I am, this trick will help you through that awkward growing phase. So as you can see, this weft is clipped in right at my crown area, and from this point forward, there are absolutely no hair extensions. This is all my natural hair. This is a piece of hair from my hair extension, and this is my natural hair. And they are the exact same color and the exact same length. And this has been allowing me to keep my hair down naturally without always clipping in my hair extensions. And it has helped me tremendously with growing out my hair. This trick has honestly saved my life. It is the bomb.com. So if you have an old set of clip-in hair extensions lying around somewhere in your house, I highly suggest doing this if you have thinner ends like I do. And if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I cut my weft from my old clip-in hair extension set to match the length of my natural hair, let me know in the comments below and I would be happy to do that for you. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to mention that clipping in just this one weft is going to give any hairstyle or updo that you do with your natural hair a little extra oomph. So before we begin, I want to recommend that you guys do this on 2-day or 3-day old hair so that you have more texture to work with. So I put a few beach waves in my hair a few days ago. So as you can see, one side has already kind of flattened out and the other side is holding its shape more or less, but the overall texture of my hair is very messy and texturized. So this is going to help make my updos look a lot cooler, a lot more effortless and undone, and it's also going to help the updos hold their shape better. So if you guys want to see my 3 no heat updos in under 3 minutes, please keep watching. Okay, so for the first look, I'm taking a section of hair from one side of my face and I'm beginning to twist it upwards and then incorporating hair into the twist as I move to the back of my head. I also left out some face framing pieces around my face and I keep repeating these steps until I reach the back of my head on the opposite side. Once I get to this point, I'm just securing the twist in place with a small hair elastic. Next, I'm picking up a section of hair from the other side of the face and I'm beginning to twist it upwards and incorporating hair into the twist just like I did on the other side. And I'm also going to incorporate the ends of the previous twist into the new twist. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense, but I'm sure you guys can get the idea of what I'm doing by just watching. So I'm continuing to twist this section until I get to the opposite side again, at which point I'm just going to secure the section to the back of my head with another hair elastic. And then I'm just repeating these steps again until I reach about the nape of my neck, and then I'm going to go in and gently pull out on the twist to loosen them up. After that, I'm just gathering all of my remaining loose hair and I'm tying it into a very messy bun. The messier, the better in my opinion. And then I'm just fluffing it out with my fingers to, you've guessed it, make it a little more messy. For the second look, I'm separating my hair from ear to ear at the top of my head, and I'm tying away the rest of the hair at the back of my head so it's out of my way. Next, I'm picking up a section of hair from the top of one side and I'm going to braid a French Dutch braid. So basically what I'm doing is beginning to cross the right strand under the middle strand, and then I'm going to cross the left strand under the middle strand. Now when I'm going to cross the right strand under the middle, I'm also going to incorporate hair from outside of the braid into the right strand. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. So basically I'm just repeating these steps again and again until I run out of hair to work with on this side, and then I'm going to go in with my fingers and gently pull apart the braid and loosen up any hair around my face. Once I pulled apart the top of my braid to my liking, I'm just continuing down with a regular Dutch braid and then tying off the end of the braid with a small hair elastic and then going in and pulling apart the bottom of the braid as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and create the exact same braid on the other side of my head. Hi, деда. Все хорошо, как у тебя?
У меня все нормально, мамочка, все окей. Беспокойся. Мне вот это важно, что у тебя все окей, и у Влада все окей, так что я был.
Да, все у нас хорошо. Я всегда очень рада тебя слышать. Спасибо большое, что ты мне позвонил.
И мои самые лучшие пожелания, чтобы вы были мне здоровы и счастливы.
Спасибо большое, деда. Ты тоже.
Okay, I love you very much.
I love you too.
Okay, bye, Mamka.
Oh my god, you guys. Seriously, my grandpa is the cutest. I had to include this because it just puts such a big smile on my face. Anyways, back to the tutorial. So what I'm doing now is just separating all of my loose hair plus the braids into 3 sections, and I'm braiding a very loose braid. Once I get to the bottom of the braid, I'm just pulling it apart with my fingers and tying it off with a small hair elastic. And the last step of creating this beautiful updo is taking the braid and wrap it around itself at the base and then just pin it in place with a bunch of bobby pins. And for the last look, I'm gathering the hair around my crown area and I'm leaving out 2 face framing pieces of hair. I'm tying this section into a ponytail at the back of my head with a small hair elastic. Now I'm loosening the hair around my crown area a little bit and then just creating an opening above the hair elastic, and I'm taking the ponytail and pulling it over the elastic and through the opening and out through the bottom. This is going to create a beautiful twisted effect, and then I'm just going to take 2 more sections of hair from either side of my head and tie them together just underneath the first twist and repeat the same step. So just flip the ponytail over the elastic and out through the bottom. After I've created my 2 twists, I'm picking up another section of hair from either side of my head and I'm braiding a fishtail braid. So basically all I'm doing is picking up a thin section of hair from the outside of one of the strands and I'm crossing it over and combining it with the opposite side. Then I'm doing the same thing with the other side, so I'm picking up a thin strand of hair from the outside of that strand and combining it with the opposite strand. So I'm continuing to braid this fishtail until I get to about the nape of my neck, which shouldn't take too long, and then I'm just tying it off with a small hair elastic and then going in and pulling apart the braid with my fingers. Now what I'm doing is tying all of my loose hair plus the braid into a loose low ponytail, and I'm removing the previous hair elastic from the fishtail braid to make sure that my ponytail is all loose hair and there's no braids in it. Now here's the really cool part. I'm creating a little opening above the hair elastic in the fishtail braid, and I'm taking my ponytail and I'm pulling it through the underside of the opening and out of the front, but I'm only pulling it out a few inches so that I create this beautiful little bun. And to make sure it stays this way, I'm just pinning it in place with a bunch of bobby pins. And the last step is to go back in with your fingers and pull apart the twisted sections so that everything looks more cohesive and blended in. Okay, my loves, so that wraps up my no heat updo tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys and I hope to see you in my next video.